Welcome to DeFi Crypto Today. Our topic today is updates at EMP.money. These guys keep on building and building and building, and they keep adding on interesting features to their protocol. And considering that we're in a really bad bear market, they're doing pretty well. They have a huge TVL right now, $35 million, which is nothing to sneeze at, compared to several other tomb forks that just came and went and died pretty fast. This one is doing very well. Now, we're going to look at some of the new features first, and then we're going to go back to the basics with farming and how to do it intelligently in a bear market. A lot of people instinctively do the wrong thing, and I'm going to show you also that they've got a very, very, very useful academy. The button is right here, which is fantastic. The videos there are super informative, really well done. Go there. Even if you're an experienced tomb fork investor, go there and read and watch the videos. They're short. They're usually 2, 3, 4 minutes. And they're really informative. They really tell you how to do the right thing. Because instinctively, a lot of people just sell the wrong token. Okay, don't sell your EMP token. Sell the ESHARE tokens. You know, it's I don't know. It's not sometimes the tomb fork model is a little bit difficult to understand. Okay, but if you watch the videos and you also go on their Discord and read the announcements, they explain everything in detail. And I'll show it to you today. All right, so we're going to recap because it's not my first video about EMP Money. We did a previous video before, and we explained other features that I'm not going to re-explain today. So if you want to watch those other features, either go to the EMP Academy here or watch my previous video. I'm going to put the link in the description below. So to recap, these guys have been audited back in January. So code that's been audited was the code that was available at that time. There were new features added. Those have not been yet audited. So always proceed with caution. Don't put 100% of your portfolio on any project. There are always a lot of risk in DeFi. But the good news is that as of January, there were no issues found at all by the auditors. No high severity, medium, or low severity issues. So that was good. And they also talked about the fact that they fixed the implementation of the treasury contracts. So the bug that was plaguing the original Tomb project has been fixed. So that's good news. Also, just from January 10th, did this a few days ago, you can see that EMP Money is doing really well. They're in the top 5 BSC projects in terms of activity. So that's really, really good. So to recap, they're on the Binance Smart Chain. So make sure that you set up your MetaMask on Binance Smart Chain like this. If MetaMask wakes up. So on Binance, so make sure you always have some BNB to pay for gas whenever you do transactions on EMP. Right? Okay. So let's start about something that's new. They've got some nodes. Nodes have been very popular. And here EMP's got their own version of nodes that basically you buy different kinds of nodes. You've got 5 levels from the Nano, which costs only 500 EMP tokens, which are worth approximately $193, so pretty affordable. Now, the way it works is you give away those 500 tokens, and then you receive a very juicy APR 0.75% per day, which amounts to about 272% per year. Okay? So after a while, you recuperate your original investment, and they guarantee 400% of your original investment by the end of that node. There's a little table here that shows you the various levels. So we got nano, mini, kilo, mega, and giga. So you have to buy progressively more and more token. You need more and more tokens to buy those nodes, and they give you a higher APR. And it shows also that it takes less days to recuperate your investment and to get your 400% original investment back. Okay, so it's a lot faster to get your money back if you invest in Giga and if you invest in Nano. Now, this is part of the EMP Academy I talked about earlier. So it's got a very nice 3-minute video, 2-minute video, 3-minute video, sorry, explaining all those details here. Watch it. It's really good. Explains very well what they're talking about. Anyway, what's very interesting about it is that the more you invest, the faster you get your money back, and then some, okay? And then you can take the EMPs that you're earning to reinvest in the system, either in the farming, you can do that, or you can buy yourself more nodes if you want to have a compounding effect, I guess. That's also possible. So there are lots of things you can do with the earnings, the EMP earnings that you're doing. So what I like about it is that it gives more and more utility to the EMP token. And I think that's why they're always very, very close to peg. Right now, they're just a little bit below peg. It's just under one ETH for 4,000 tokens. And that's really good, okay? Most Doom forks crash, okay? These guys have managed to maintain the enthusiasm and the utility of the EMP tokens, so it's always very close to peg or above peg. Right now, just a tiny smidge under peg. So the best thing to do, actually, if you want, if you believe in EMP, is buy more EMP tokens. Okay, that will help boost the price of the token above peg. All right, so let's conclude with the nodes. We were here. All right, so you see, this is the nano node, and then you can select mini, kilo, mega, or giga. So if you go to giga, you're gonna see that you need 8,000 tokens, and you see also that your daily APR goes above 1.09%. So you're making money faster, which is great, and you get almost 400% APR, which is fantastic. So you get back your original investment faster, and you quadruple your original investment a lot faster as well. And you can see it's quite popular. There's a lot of money been invested there. I wish they would put commas so it would be easier for me to read. But yeah, there's over $5 million invested in this thing. So that's pretty good. All right, so that's one new feature. The next new feature, which I find very exciting, is Ethereum staking. All right, Ethereum has been doing terrible this year. Nobody's contesting that. But why not make the best of a bad situation? If you love ETH like I do, I think ETH is going to be there forever. And eventually, it's going to go back to the moon. Right now it's going down to hell, but that's fine. It's market conditions, okay? This year, we're pretty much entering a recession if we're not there already. The Federal Reserve is adamant about killing inflation that it created itself, and it's punishing us in the meantime by raising interest rates, terminating quantitative easing, and drying up all liquidity. Great. So the stock market's crashing, the crypto market's crashing, the real estate market's gonna crash. You know, it's all hell. But there's good news. If you love ETH, first of all, it's super cheap to buy now, and EMP is pegged to ETH. All right. So here, the smart people at EMP said, "Okay, let's do something. If you love ETH, how about staking your ETH and earning a juicy APR?" No impermanent loss here, okay? Impossible to get impermanent loss. You just stake ETH, pure 100% ETH, okay? And look at the APR, 76%. That's insanely high. Insanely high. Okay, you say, oh, but how about the LP and the other places that can get like many 100%? And yeah, but you could, but you might have impermanent loss there. Here, there's zero impermanent loss, so at least you reduce that risk. The only risk you have is the risk that Ethereum goes down and down and down and down and down. But if you like ETH and you have ETH, you could stake it here and earn 76% APR. That's pretty juicy, all right? So compare that to Lido. Lido is the original staking system for Ethereum, okay? Look at this number here. That's not 40%, that's 4.0%, 4%. Okay, that's the best that these guys can come up with. And that's considered a standard in the industry. At EMP, you get 76%, many times more. That's 19 times more than Lido. Think about that. Are there risks? Yes. EMP is a newer protocol. The Ethereum staking part, I don't think has been audited yet. Possible risks, okay? There are risks. But you have a juicy reward. The higher the risk, the juicier the reward. Think about that, okay, when you make your investment anywhere, all right? But I really like this, okay? If you got some ETH sitting in your wallet doing nothing except that its price keeps on going down, you might as well stake it and earn more ETH. When the price of ETH comes back up, well, now you have a lot more ETH to play with, right? All right, so they got all kinds of details. So you stake your BEP20 ETH, that's ETH for Binance Smart Chain. It's the same ETH, it's just coded to work on Binance Smart Chain. You earn, it says 19% fixed on your principal per quarter, okay, for 90 days. The interest is paid in BEP20 ETH, okay, and it's claimable along with your principal after the 90 days locking period is completed. So you have to wait 90 days. And after you have a 5-day unlock period, which opens after the lock period where you can claim your principal and interest. And if you don't want to claim it and you leave it there, it's going to be automatically reinvested for another 90 days. So you don't have to do anything if you're just happy to collect 19% per quarter. Personally, I like the idea. Of course, because there are risks, maybe I'm gonna not put all my ETH there just in case somebody hacks in there and cracks the code and steals the money. Although personally, I think it's a really good deal. Now be aware that there's a maximum of 2,000 ETH, okay, for this. Right now they've got 753 ETH invested in this. But there's a maximum limit, okay? So be aware of that. But in terms of risks, okay, it's a moderate risk, I think, because you have no impermanent loss. You just have a coding risk and the market risk that ETH might go down and down and down and down. But, you know, if you like ETH, if you believe in ETH long term, that's one possible strategy that you might want to look at. All right, enough about this. I highlighted a few interesting points from the Discord channel. Where did I start? I think it's a little bit more up, or no, I think it's over here. Okay, join their Discord. There's a ton of information in there. They have many announcements. They also have daily AMAs. So if you've got questions, just go there and ask them directly. They'll answer you. Okay, it's really neat. All right, so let's have a look at some of the stuff that I've highlighted, and they relate mostly to farming, and they explain how to farm right and what to avoid when you farm on a tomb fork, which I think is really smart. So it says here, with the EMP protocol, the #1 way to win at EMP is being heavily weighted into our LP farms. So focus on investing in the LP farms. That's what they're advising. They produce ESHAREs, and you can sell these ESHAREs and responsibly take profit without hurting the ecosystem. What do you mean by hurting the ecosystem? A lot of people will go in the boardroom, let's say, and they take their ESHAREs, and the ESHAREs in the boardroom are only issued, and the ESHAREs only issue EMP. They only issue EMP when the price of EMP is above peg. When the price of EMP goes under peg, they stop issuing. And at that point, a lot of people panic, okay? And they say, oh my God, it's below peg. I'm going to sell those EMPs. And by doing that, they're pushing the EMP price down further below peg. They're just making matters worse, okay? Those are people that maybe are not so interested in the longevity of the protocol. They just want to make a quick buck and so on. But long term, that's not a really good solution, okay? If you like farming and you want to make passive income on a regular basis, follow what these guys are saying in their announcements here. I think it's very clever. So it says here, this is the most important concept with EMP. For instance, it says, if you already started in nodes or the boardroom, consider allocating much more of the farms with the EMP you are generating. So in the nodes, you're going to generate a lot of EMPs, okay? And then they say, reinvest those EMPs in the farm. It says here, if you're selling EMP for profit, you're doing it wrong. The best thing for you as the investor is more LPs. It's also the best thing for the protocol. So it's best for everybody, the investor and the protocol. It works together, okay? So I highlighted more of that stuff. See here, it says EMP is number 5 in the whole Binance Smart Chain user number wise. So that's really good. This protocol is pretty solid. And where's one more I highlighted? Here. Here they explain the system really in farming terms. Okay, so it says here, EMP tokens are the seeds. ETH is the soil. ESHAREs are the crops. So think about the farming like that. When you plant the seeds EMP in the soil with ETH, you produce the crops ESHAREs. Okay? So let's say you're farming, okay? You plant the seeds in the soil, and then it grows a crop, and then you harvest the crop, okay? Now, the crops ESHAREs produce more seeds for planting into fresh soil ETH. The crops ESHAREs can be used to rebuild the soil to plant more seeds. The crops ESHAREs can also be sold at the market for profit. But some people only care about selling the seeds, and they don't understand about planting the seeds to produce more ESHAREs that will eventually produce more seeds and so on. So they shortcut the system, and they lose out. They destroy the system, okay? It's like, you know, you receive a big bunch of seeds, and instead of planting them, they're just trying to resell the same seeds for profit quickly. Now, the best way is multiply the seeds, okay? By planting the seeds, getting ESHAREs, and then you can sell some of the ESHAREs and replant some of the ESHAREs to produce more seed. So grow the seed and sell the crops, the ESHARE. All right, so it seems that selling the seeds is the fastest way to get rich, but it's not one for growing crops, and only selling seeds will eventually make the seeds and the crops lose value. So that's what you have to keep in mind. Building up your farm is the way. Don't sell your seeds, okay? Build a farm. And there's a couple of, and there's another comment here. And it says here, start with your EMP ETH LP farm as your foundation, and you'll be on a steady ground to build your foundation towards building a better you. All right, so what they recommend is farming this stuff here. You could also farm ESHAREs and BNB LPs or EMP ESHAREs LPs. Now, what you have to remember, though, is that the ESHAREs are a lot more volatile than the EMP tokens. So the price fluctuations on ESHARE is pretty wild, okay? While the price of EMP and ETH follows a little bit. So there's a little bit less impermanent loss on EMP ETH. Here you could have a lot more impermanent loss in here as well, okay? So if you look at, and it's reflected in the yield, okay? This one will have a lower yield than this one or this one. if you look here, so you can earn, if you have eShare BNB, the daily APR is 0.59%, the annual APR is 216%. You got EMP shares, 0.34% and 124% here. And the one that's recommended for less and permanent loss, well, you got 0.24 APR and 87% annual APR here. So it's a little bit less, but it's more safe. But it's up to you, okay? If you're really degen, you can say, okay, I'm going to go with the maximum here, and I'm going to buy eShares, BNB, blah, blah, blah. So you can go that way as well. But if you're more prudent, use this way. Okay, here's a little bit less. So what you do is you buy yourself some EMP ETH LP tokens, and you deposit them here, and they're going to earn you eShares. Now, selling eShares does not stop the system from producing more eShares, whether or not the EMP is above peg or below peg. Doesn't matter. It keeps on producing. Okay, as opposed to when you're in the boardroom here, oops, let me put it here. If you're in the boardroom, what's happening is that if it's below peg or below TWAP, it's usually not going to produce EMP. Okay, so you could stake your eShares here, but they're only going to produce EMPs here when the EMP is above peg. Currently, it's just slightly under peg. Okay, so there's a good chance it's going to come back above peg soon, but we don't know when exactly. If more and more people buy EMP, yeah, it's going to go back above peg. All right, but see, and that's why you have a higher APR here of 600%, because it's a little bit more risky. Okay, so the safe play is you go here, you buy EMP ETH LP tokens, you stake them here, and you generate eShares. And then at that point, you decide, should I sell the eShares, all of them, or half of them, okay, and put half in the boardroom, and whenever EMP is above peg, then I'm going to earn more EMPs. Okay, that's a good strategy also. And you cash out the other half of the eShares that you earn from farming. Okay, so if you do it like this, that's a smarter way to generate passive income long term. The whole point with passive income is to be passive. Okay, passive means you chill and you watch Netflix and you make money. That's what passive is. Okay, a lot of people get confused. Okay, and they watch the price of the token. Oh my God, it's below peg. I'm selling, I'm selling, I'm selling, I'm selling. Okay, that's not passive income. That's a way to get a heart attack. Okay? Relax. Chill. Passive income. Okay? Passive income. Not trading income. Passive income. Okay? You farm. You plant the seeds and you wait for the crops to come out. Okay? And you're going to get crops pretty fast. Right? So you deposit here and you're going to earn there. Okay? It's instant. It starts instantly. You're going to see the numbers go up here every few minutes. Okay? It's not difficult. All right? Now, the nice thing with EMP is, right down here, if you want to be farming EMP ETH LPs, well, you got a zap in button here, which is super cool. And what it's going to do, so right now, you can choose the token you want. You got BNB, BUSD, ETH, eShares, or EMP. So let's say I choose this. I've got 50 BUSD available, okay, which I could use here. And it would, there's a slippage of about 2% here. And what it's going to do is that it's going to zap in and create the EMP ETH LP token instantly. You just have to hit approve here. So you can put whatever amounts you want, and it gives you a choice of these 5 tokens. So whatever you've got in your wallet right now, it's going to automatically convert that to the EMP ETH LP token. Super cool, super cool. So you can do that if you want to farm that LP pair. And they also have another one, the ESHARE BNB PancakeSwap LP. Again, you've got a very convenient zap-in button. And same thing, you can choose any of these 5 tokens to create the LP token in one shot. Isn't that nice? I think that's fantastic. I love the convenience, okay? Even if the slippage is a little bit high, it saves time. It saves time and headaches, so why not? All right. Personally, that would be my favorite right here. Okay, that would be my favorite. All right, so I believe that's all there is. Yeah, we saw everything. So that's it for this video. If you like this kind of stuff, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell. Download the free book. All you have to do is put your email and your name, your email, and hit the submit button. And then you get a big fat button that says download the free book. And if you miss that button, don't worry. We're going to send you an email with another button that says download the free book. And if you don't want to download the free book, you just go to Amazon. You pay $5.99 to Jeff Bezos. And Jeff will send you $1. See ya.